Got ourselves a new little toy. The Ford 350, F350 gave up the ghost the other day, so it's toast, and I found this. It's a Hyundai 730-3 wheel loader. Check it out. Weighs about 20,000 pounds. Got some pretty good rubber on it. Got to get these two front tires fixed though. There's a slow leak in them. It's in right now being sandblasted so we can paint it. Got a pretty good deal on it. But when you get a good deal on things, it's for a reason, you know. There was a lot of rust, and I used a needle scaler, and I took all the garbage off it. And there was wiring issues, still kind of some wiring issues as well. And I removed the injectors, cleaned those out. It's got a Deutz engine in it, a Deutz FM4-1210-1012C, something like that. So yeah, so engine-wise, I adjusted the valves. New fuel filter, tidied up the fuel system on it, cleaned the injectors, had them rebuilt. They were really bad. It was blowing a lot of black smoke. It blows smoke anyway. It's old school. There's only really one wire going into it for the fuel cutoff solenoid, and that's about it. So it's good that way. It's old school, right? It gets to not rely on computers like the new systems, which are kind of problematic when they get old. There's the motor. Deutz power. So there were real problems with it. I couldn't get that fuel cutoff solenoid to work because there was a chafed wire in there somewhere. Still don't know where it is. It's kind of hard to find it on these things because the wiring harnesses they're wrapped real tight and they're real solid. So it's not an easy thing to do. But there's a lot of rust on it. Scaled it like a son of a gun. Try to get her tidied up. I think it's about 106 horsepower. It's got a turbo. Turbo's pretty good. And 24 volt system. Took the front window out of it because there's a lot of rust in along the windshield. And all the doors, they've got rust. You know, it's like anything else here in Canada, right? They use it for winter plowing, gets the salt all over it and just destroys them. But also gets me a better deal on the stuff, right? So that makes sense. So now have to pay money to get it sandblasted. They're going to prime it, and then we're going to paint it ourselves. Look at the step here. Look at how this is going on. I'm just going to get the primer on it, paint it, weld up the stuff that we need to, and then get this thing up to the property to plow my snow. And then next year we'll probably get into cutting off the steps. I don't even know if this will make it through the winter. Maybe we'll weld something in just for the time being, but it's pretty good. Let's try to fire it up. That solenoid go? So it's pretty cool because it's got this transmission. Come look at this transmission. I'm not a wheel loader guy. I've never really driven one before. Skidder guy, but it's got a transmission here. You just flip through the gears, or it has an automatic selection as well. Kind of down here on this gizmo. She's We'll get her tidy up. She's a little dirty. No windshield. Pretty cool, right? Here. I love heavy equipment, man. Isn't this stuff fun? I mean, it's fun until you have to spend a lot of money trying to fix it, but it's still pretty fun. You know, I'm not going to complain too much. I just noticed water dripping down here. Where's that from? Maybe it leaked in and down. I think it's water. Yeah, it's just water. Whew. You never know. So it's turbocharged, intercooled. It used to have AC, but that's been disconnected. Still burns or blows quite a bit of black smoke, but it wasn't like it was before, eh, bud? Like it was honking the black pretty hard. But it's got 64, 6,500 hours on it, and in the manual for this engine, it says it's an 8,000 hour motor. So it is what it is. We'll get what we can out of it. It takes a long time to put 1,500 hours on when you're just plowing the road up at the property, you know? It's not like it's running all the time. Let's look at the other side of the engine. And there's a mouse nest inside the heater system of this. When you turn it on, it nearly, oh, it's disgusting. But gonna have to we'll try to have to poke a hole in that and see if we can't get that working. Yeah, lots of wiring issues over here, but we got it figured out eventually so I could use the key to start it instead of a screwdriver. You know, I'm not real familiar with that engine and how much black smoke it's supposed to have, but the valves are set. It's not really warm yet either. Does it get better when it gets a little warmer? A little bit better. So that's a good thing. Fresh oil change and all that. It is what it is. You can pretty much go all day 24/7 spending money on these things, trying to get them working, right? But as long as it works, I don't want it, it's not a show machine. But this is the shot right now of it. I just wanted you guys to see this before we actually get it blasted and slap a coat of paint on it. And then we'll go up and move some sand around in the big giant sandbox. We tried doing a little bit of sandblasting here just with one of those handheld little guns. No go. It's just not gonna cut it. So Buddy's got a big giant system here with a hose like that on it. He's gonna hammer this pretty hard. Then we have to repair all this stuff. See, it's all toast in here. We'll just weld up a patch. Not going to, well, maybe we'll have to inside it here a little bit, eh? Probably cut that out. Do this part right so the windshield fits back in right. But for stuff like this, I'm just gonna, after it's blasted, we prime it, I'm probably just gonna seal it and then that'll be good. Put a small patch on here. Gotta get her in action. She's pretty cold and the snow's gonna be flying here soon. So thanks for watching. Keep coming back, and we'll give you an update on the old the Hyundai. Pretty cool, eh, Kai? What else could we do with this? Oh, we're gonna have a plow made for the front. It's a highway plow, so on the front of a highway truck. We're gonna mount it up to this somehow. We got a buddy who's a welder. He's gonna make a mount for it. I'll probably just be able to scoop it up with the bucket and then go and do the plowing that I need to. But it's got a neat, but we kind of need an angle plow on the front for doing the roads. I think that's important. If it were just a box plow, it would just move. It wouldn't work as well because you're trying to get the stuff off the road, right? So we'll probably I'll weld in a new piece here and then just patch this whole door. Just go right over top of that or cut out the garbage and just bend it up. Patch and go. Okay, let's jet, it's cold out.